Before working for Project Renewal, I was an EMT. And in that role as an EMT, you constantly come across the homeless. We would just get the homeless and bring them right through the 911 system, right into hospitals, and then see them right back on the streets. It's sort of like a vicious cycle of constantly doing the same things over and over again and seeing no progress. Now I work at Project Renewal as a MedVan operations manager. I make sure that these vehicles are maintained so that we are constantly on the road, getting to people who need these services exactly where they are. You can see where we can actually help people and actually change their lives and actually push them forward to getting off the streets and getting the help they need and getting the medical services that they need.
Thank you so much. What's your chief complaint today?
I got pain in my arm, and my teeth are getting fat.
Gotcha.
And I need medication for the skin. Oh, it's terrible.
We're out there saying, we care about you. We're here for you. Whenever you're ready to step on this vehicle, we're gonna take care of your needs. It's not what they're used to. They're not used to people trying to find them to help them. During COVID, once everything started shutting down, it was just, to me, it was like, there's no way we're shutting down. We're gonna be there.
Now that's the way to start a show. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Renewal for New York. My name is Marisol Castro, and I am an anchor at Pix 11. I also have the distinct honor of being your host for tonight. And tonight, we're all here because we are celebrating Project Renewal. This amazing organization and their staff of over 1,000 people are doing awe-inspiring work, pioneering programs that provide health, homes, and jobs to New Yorkers experiencing homelessness. Project Renewal runs 24 emergency shelters, transitional and permanent supportive housing programs. And at each of those sites, they get people back on their feet and back to work at a living wage. Project Renewal is also one of the largest providers of comprehensive health services for New Yorkers experiencing homelessness through 5 primary care clinics, 3 mobile medical vans, and 1 dental clinic. By the way, they've also been doing this really important work for more than 50 years, which is very, very impressive. So later in the program, you will have the opportunity to lend your support during our live Fund a Need. And at any point, you can click the donate button below to keep Project Renewal going and growing. The past 15 months have been filled with unprecedented challenges for all of us. It's been a hard, uncertain, and sometimes really scary time. So imagine, what would you do if you were homeless, or homeless with mental illness, or a homeless senior with no way to access food? Where do you go? Who could you possibly turn to during a pandemic? Well, you turn to Project Renewal. When New York shut down, Project Renewal didn't miss a single beat. They worked around the clock, tirelessly and fearlessly throughout the pandemic. They made sure that every single night, over 3,000 people were sheltered, kept out of hospitals, and safe. Come on, I'll show you.
Commence this Friday at 2:15, okay?
At the beginning of the pandemic, it was scary. In the clinic, it was like fearful. So much uncertainties. Everybody just had to come out and just do what we do best. Hi, Vernon. How you doing? All right, chilling. All right. So we're gonna do some blood work today. A little pinch, relax. And don't we have a little baby?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so this is important that we do this. I know, it's hard. But at least you know you have people in your corner.
Yeah, which is weird because,
Really? Why is it weird?
I don't know. I didn't think, I thought it was just another junkie coming in, but it's like...
No, you can't look at it that... I know sometimes we tend to feel like... I think the biggest thing is that we take all the things that we've done, the shame, everything that you've done, and you feel like you're not worth it. But you have to realize you're worth it. This person could be my father. This person could be my brother. I want to know that when my family goes elsewhere, that they're getting the same treatment. If I come across you, you are a family member to me. Okay, so I'm gonna put it here. If you don't want to look, you can just turn away, okay? When this emergency use of the vaccine came approved, it just showed us that there was a glimpse of a light at the end of the tunnel. That's good. See? And there's nothing.
Yeah, see, do you need anything? Thanks, man.
All right.
I have 5 additionals.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I think we're doing more than we anticipated today.
If I can have you sign on the back for me right here.
I did not realize when I stepped on that vehicle
Perfect. It's time, bro. You're getting it, right? Yeah.
and then got to know some of these people and some of the workers and the population that we deal with. I did not realize it was going to affect me like that. I often think of my grandmother's brother, who is somewhere in New York City, somewhere homeless, that uses services like this. Maybe I've come across him, maybe I've seen him.
Especially with the homeless population, walking down the street, people seeing them, people giving them the looks. They're hearing people saying, you did this to yourself. After you've heard this all the time, you start believing it. What I believe is that when I see these people, I'm saying, listen, this is not the end. Just give you a shot. Okay, we're ready for you, all right. This could be the beginning of a new you. And if today you're not where you want to be, it's okay. Tomorrow is coming, a new day is coming. There is a second chance, there is a light, there is a place that's going to help you. Tomorrow is going to be good.
I'm Eric Rosenbaum. 2 years ago, I welcomed 800 of you to my very first gala as Project Renewal's new president and CEO. I couldn't have imagined that 2 years later, we still can't gather together in person to celebrate the extraordinary work that ordinary people do to lift up our neighbors who struggle with homelessness, mental illness, substance use, and incarceration. When the pandemic hit in March of 2020, our greatest fear was the virus rampaging through the 1,000 people who stay in our congregate shelters each night, that it would decimate our 700 frontline staff. We improvised everything: cleaning, food service, staggered shifts, remote work, telehealth, hotels, curfews, subway shutdowns. Today, I'm amazed to report that since then, we've had just 100 cases of COVID among the nearly 2,000 people we've sheltered. We've delivered more than 1,500 vaccines, but we haven't just survived COVID. We've continued to deliver on our mission each and every day without hesitation and without compromise. We've provided primary health care to 13,000 individuals. We've placed 250 people into permanent housing. We've trained over 630 people for career employment and placed them into more than 500 jobs. And even as New York was slowing down, we've been gearing up, expanding our office and training space. We have over $350 million worth of new housing and shelter projects in our pipeline. Over 1,000 new apartments and purpose-built shelter units will open in the next 5 years. 3 new primary health care clinics, 2 new catering kitchens to make as many as 10,000 meals a day. All of this is only possible because you've had our back. Thank you to our nearly 1,000 employees, and you'll hear more from them in a moment. Thank you to our donors and volunteers. Thank you to our generous and fearless board of directors. And now I'd like to introduce you to our amazing partner and honoree, Brian Steinwurzel.
Thank you, Eric. I'm Jody Rudin, the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer at Project Renewal. I am truly delighted to be here in person with one of tonight's honorees, Brian Steinwurzel, the co-CEO of GFP. Brian, you're a friend, you're a supporter, and you're so deeply committed to finding solutions for homelessness in New York. It is really admirable, and we at Project Renewal are grateful to be your partner. I would love to hear from you and GFP about what made you decide to partner with Project Renewal and to invest so deeply around issues of homelessness in New York City.
Jody, thanks so much for having me here tonight. It's a pleasure to be here with you in person as well. Honestly, when Project Renewal first asked to honor me, it was before COVID hit New York City. And we had visions of being at a gala in person together. But then everything changed. And as time went on and the hospitals filled up and businesses closed and vacancy signs went up block by block, it was more clear that our most vulnerable people needed us more than ever. I watched all of you at Project Renewal step up every single day, providing the services that they desperately needed. Housing, healthcare, job placement, the list goes on. And I already knew you did good work because we've been working with you for over 25 years. But over the last year, I was more profoundly moved and even more committed than ever. And I want to thank you for this honor. And I want to thank all of you for stepping up in such a difficult year. And I hope everyone watching will join me in supporting Project Renewal today and in the future. Thank you.
Congratulations, Brian. Your support of Project Renewal is truly remarkable. Now, at one point during the pandemic, more than half of Project Renewal's 100 plus healthcare providers were either sick or in quarantine. However, they continue to provide care. Here to tell us more about mental health and substance use programs are 2 doctors from the Project Renewal healthcare team.
I think that our country has long stigmatized people who struggle with addiction. I've had clients say that they've experienced tremendous shame when they've tried to access help, when they've been in crisis. And I think many come to Project Renewal because they are treated with respect here and they're made to feel safe here. But we don't make any service contingent upon a commitment to perfect abstinence. We accept people where they are and work with them to set goals together. During the pandemic, I was both worried about the inability to isolate to find safety, but also the potential harms of isolation itself for those kind of living in recovery. But at the same time, I was impressed by the way that our organization responded. We worked very creatively to try to make our congregate settings as safe as possible with filters and distancing. We partnered with the city to hotel as many of our clients as possible and to build out new systems to keep our clients safe in hotels. We moved services from 3rd Street. Our outpatient program started seeing clients in the hotels. We built out telehealth services to allow people to access psychiatry and other healthcare services. When you message to people that you don't just care about COVID-19 prevention, but you also care about the other parts of their life, and vice versa, that you don't just care about their substance use, you also care about keeping them safe from COVID-19, I think people feel respected. We really tried to message that as much as possible. Project Renewal never shut down. It's an organization that uses every penny it gets as creatively as possible to make sure that the health, the safety, and the dignity of our clients is valued and respected.
How are you?
During the pandemic, every one of our clients has been a hero. These are people who are coming to us on parole after release from prisons. And we provide psychiatric care, case management services, and link them to other services in the community. Project Renewal, at a number of its shelters, has a dedicated telepsych setup with a computer that clients can come into that room. The case manager helps them turn that on, and that's how you do it. We found out that we could actually reach more people that way. You can reach clients who you would have had to travel 2 hours to see. So it was really wrenching in the beginning of the pandemic to kind of to have, to feel like we're abandoning, these people that have been abandoned by almost everybody else. And that was, I'm sorry, that was hard. That part was hard. But we made it through. We didn't abandon them. We held on to them, they held on to us, and we made it through what was a difficult year.
Thank you, Dr. Chitalkar and Dr. Giftos, for the amazing job that you and your teams do. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our second honoree of the evening, Mitch Arkin, Executive Director of Cushman & Wakefield, Inc., a longtime partner and champion of Project Renewal.
Hello, my name is Mitch Arkin, and I am truly humbled to be recognized by Project Renewal tonight. Cushman & Wakefield has worked with Project Renewal for over 20 years. Their innovative housing and service models designed to get people back on their feet to lead productive lives and live independently. That's why we're here tonight, to raise money for their mission and encourage all of you to support and give whatever you can. As a thank you to Project Renewal for honoring me, Cushman & Wakefield will double our support and donation for them tonight. Please join me in offering as much as you possibly can. Simply hit the donate button on your screen right now and help us keep these projects going.
Thank you so much, Mitch, for that very generous gift. Now, in watching tonight's program, I'm sure you're all as amazed as I am by the scope and impact of the work that Project Renewal does every single day across our city. Let's listen to another voice from the front lines.
I had just clocked out from doing an overnight shift at UPS, and I was literally at the next corner waiting for the light to change, and then the accident happened. I didn't even realize I got hit. From that moment on, I've had permanent back and nerve damage on my left side. I couldn't even take showers or bathe or stand up to cook anything for myself. I felt useless. I had to drop out of school. That was very hard for me. I felt like I was nothing, like I was a waste in society. I didn't have a degree, so therefore I know that most jobs you apply for, they want a degree. That set me into a depression because I was like, well, dag, I don't have the degree, so how am I supposed to get the job? I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, PTSD, and anxiety. I tried to go back to work. It didn't work out for me, even as a cleaner. Too much stress on my body. I felt like it was useless for me to even try to think about getting employment because blue collar work is all I knew. I was getting up in age, so by the time I go somewhere, they're probably gonna be like, oh, well, you're close to retirement, we're not gonna hire you. I had to go back to my landlady and explain to her, oh yeah, I'm sorry, unfortunately I don't have an income. And that's how I ended up in the shelter. I was traumatized to go into the shelter because that meant to me that I was giving up my own livelihood. It made me feel like I was giving up on myself. Well, good morning. How was your night? All right. I started my internship right at the beginning of the pandemic. Access, please be advised, Anna's place is going to the 10th floor to conduct a wellness check. Wellness check. I was petrified riding the train. Somebody cough and sneeze, I'm scared I would automatically be sick. Wellness check. What happens to me if I get sick and die? What if this is not curable? Thank you. But I still pushed myself to go forth because I knew my services were needed. In this profession, you can't be selfish. I signed on to help people. What kept me going is that I feel like Project Renewal took a chance to believe in me. So I had to learn to believe in myself. All right, here you I was always first on, usually the last one to leave. I forgot, how did you get involved in the internship program?
Because I was homeless as well.
I didn't know that, Terry.
Yeah, it was brief though. It was like a couple months.
Oh wow. One of the main challenges that people in shelters deal with is stigma. People are labeled as being lazy, nasty. That it's obviously something that they did, that they are homeless, when it could be anything. Just because someone's in a shelter, that doesn't mean that they are bad seeds. It's just certain things that happen in their life. Here at Anna's Place, we serve 108 men which are mentally ill, chemically addicted, single adult males. As the residential aide, we provide client-driven services.
What was it like for you working here when you first started as an intern?
I was nervous because I didn't know what to really expect. I would say it became more of a mental challenge for me because I was used to always doing things physically, but it feels good to actually get up and feel like I have a purpose in life. What I love about Project Renewal is that they are background friendly. They're all about giving people a new chance at life. And that's all I needed. Just give me the chance and I can show you I can do it. I really want to go back to school and finish my degree. I've learned to love myself. I've also learned about myself, like to have patience. My favorite thing about my home is that it's mine. I don't have to answer to anyone, and I don't have a curfew.
I'm Jeff Prue, and I've been a Project Renewal board member for the past 11 years. It's my pleasure to serve as the chair, and I would like to thank all of our board members for their time and service. To Project Renewal's leadership team, thank you, and a very special thank you to our frontline staff who every day delivers services to those most in need in our city. Project Renewal has been on the front lines for more than 50 years and has led the way on many critical innovations in homeless services, including the first to treat addiction as a health issue rather than a crime, the first to provide supportive housing for parolees with mental illness, the first shelter-based dental clinic, the first nonprofit catering company committed to employing formerly homeless New Yorkers, the first support and connection center where police can refer people experiencing mental health and substance use crises for services instead of jail, and the first shelter for LGBTQ young adults in New York City. This remarkable spirit of innovation is what makes Project Renewal unique and a leader in homeless services, and we're not done. Project Renewal continues to look for new solutions to address our city's evolving homeless crisis and to help thousands of vulnerable New Yorkers get back on their feet.
Thank you, Jeff, for your leadership and dedication to Project Renewal. And now I'd like to show you what two of those pioneering programs Jeff just mentioned look like in action. Please enjoy.
My name is Rashawn Diggs. I'm a gay male, I'm 28, and I'm currently homeless.
Marcia's House is an 81-bed emergency shelter funded by New York City's Department of Homeless Services. We work with young people between the ages of 18 and 30 who identify as part of the LGBTQ community.
Making the shelter system a safe space for all New Yorkers in every community.
So I see the city's first LGBT shelter as a life-saving initiative if there ever was one.
Yet also a reminder of how much work needs to be done for the transgender community.
When March 2020 arrived, we knew the rumors of a lockdown were happening in New York City. We had been through Hurricane Sandy. We'd been through 9/11. For us at City Beat Kitchens, we never missed a beat. Never missed a beat. We founded City Beat Kitchens back in 1995 to create jobs for people. We have over 50 people working in our catering company. The majority of those people have graduated from our culinary training program. We immediately switched gears, had our staff retrained, made sure that we got our food to the hotels, to the shelters. Many of the people that work for City Beat Kitchens are people that have experienced homelessness, have all been on that edge of knowing how important it is to get a good, wholesome, home-cooked meal. Because they know people have to eat, they still manage to get out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, stand on a subway platform at 5 a.m., get to a kitchen, open it up, make sure the food is cooked and that it's delicious. As with so many things that happen at Project Renewal, it's all about the people we serve who are having trouble getting back on their feet. What we've done as a community, it's inspiring. We're very proud that the company has grown to the size it has grown.
I love this place with all my heart, and this program is my heart and soul.
Not only was it saving a lot of people's lives and feeding a lot of people, but it was also keeping our business alive and keeping people in jobs. Because I'm proud to say that no one that worked at City Beat Kitchen lost their job, lost any time, lost a paycheck, and they were able to maintain their own living situation. Thank God for City Beat Kitchens.
Thank you so much, Barbara, and the rest of the team at City Beat Kitchens. In addition to the work that you just learned about, City Beat Kitchens also caters events as well, and all of the profits go back to Project Renewal's culinary training program to create even more job opportunities. So for your next meeting or event, be sure to visit citybeatkitchens.org to place an order. That brings us, sadly, to the end of our fantastic program. We just want to congratulate and thank tonight's honorees, Brian Steinwurzel and Mitch Arkin, and thank you to everyone who joined us from home and gave generously. Finally, I would like to end on a note of heartfelt gratitude to Project Renewal's heroic frontline staff members who day after day make a difference in the lives of homeless New Yorkers through health, homes, and jobs. Good night, everyone.